Happy Saturday. Hope everybody had a good Saturday. And man, it went down Friday night. It kind of really touched down here in the STL. Um, dude, I guess couldn't believe what I guess woke up to see this Saturday morning of what happened Friday night, and it's just crazy. But the last time we had a tornado in the STL is
back in April 2011, an EF4 tornado touched down on Good Friday, caused widespread damage along a 22-mile track across the northern part of St. Louis metropolitan area, including significant damage to Lambert Airport, causing a complete shutdown for over 24 hours, but no casualties.
wow. So you guys who's in the other states and who haven't been able to really see what really went down here Friday night and what some people woke up to Saturday morning from Friday night. It gets crazy. So I want to share this video. We got new, we setting up new stuff in the studio, and I want to make everyone feel comfortable. And with that being said, I'm going to raise my legs up. I know I should have been and done it, but we'll get there. We do this. This is what we do. I told you guys, AJ be bringing you some crazy videos, and golly, this one is the crazy one. And we're gonna turn this sideways, and that's okay. That is turned sideways. And could you shut the door, please? I'm finna share this video with you guys about what happened here in the STL last night. So with that being said, let's go.
She was mostly okay, so didn't
so
hospital, but lives nearby.
So we're gonna back this all the way up because some people don't believe that it can actually go down here.
We continue to follow breaking news in St. Louis, where at least 4 people have died following severe storms. In St. Louis, North City, and the Central West End were hit the hardest. St. Louis County, there is widespread damage in Clayton, Brentwood, and Richmond Heights. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson. St. Louis city leaders are going to update us at about 8:30. We will bring that to you live in about 15 minutes. But we've also just learned there is a 9 p.m. curfew in parts of the city until 6 a.m. Right now, we want to check in with 5 on your side's Brent Solomon. He is live in St. Louis at Page and Euclid. And Brent, you spoke with someone who lost their home.
I sure did, Kelly. More on that in just a second. First, I just want to tell you what we're witnessing, being on the ground, what we're seeing and hearing from people. Folks are hugging each other, coming together as a community. At one point, my photojournalist, Maddie, was recording video when she heard a little girl tell her mom, "Mom, I want to go home." And the mom responded, "We don't have a home." That's what
keep these people, this family in your prayers, you guys. It fucked up some shit here in St. Louis real bad last night. This is what we woke up to this morning.
This shopping plaza, where the Dollar Tree is located, here at Page and Euclid, not far from King.
Damn.
And as we zoom in, you can see a significant portion of that plaza.
It used to be a plaza, you guys. Look at that, man.
Heavy storms. Let's continue over. Maddie is panning over the camera right now, and you can see
that's Paige.
A home.
Paige, y'all.
Now level to the ground. We
wow.
have images that we captured a little earlier this evening when we went and spoke with a man who lives here. He told me he was at work at the time, and he kept getting phone calls saying, "Hey, you need to get home." He rushed as quickly as he could, although many roads were blocked, and what would have normally taken a 10-minute ride to get home was more like 40 minutes because of all of the traffic and people
So this side of town, you guys, is Page. This is considered as the west side. I used to live in this area. I actually used to live on this street, this road. This is a big ass road. It's like a 4-lane road, and it's got all old ass buildings up and down in any fucking way. It had fucking condemned apartments and all this shit. I mean, believe it or not, they needed this. They needed this to come through there. Just no brutalities, no one's hurt and stuff. But this side of town, for real, this side of town need a good motherfucking cleanup. You know why, you guys? I'm not bashing my state because I love where I'm from. But this side of town really needed a fucking facelift because it is a lot of vacant ass apartments, not houses, apartments, you guys, on this side of town that really need to fall on his fucking face to bring, I mean, this side of town, will tear down, will bring the value down in your house if you live on this side of town. Just because of vacant ass houses, boarded up houses and shit. Motherfuckers spray painted on the houses and on the apartments and all this shit. The lots are not clean, not fucking, cut and shit. So, we just gonna keep everybody in our prayers that, made it out of this yesterday and last night. But this is what we woke up to this morning. I don't mean to stop the tape, but I just want to, dib and dab and let you guys know what part of town of St. Louis that all this shit went down in. And like the crazy part is where this shit really touched down. My mama lived in a certain part of this town too, but it hit on the other side, of the park of where my mom lived. So let's get back to what really went down Friday night with y'all see it.
Sightseeing and really seeing the damage for themselves. That man got home to find that indeed what he was hearing is true. His home destroyed in the storm.
And come to find out, everything I have is gone. I have no feelings. I don't even really know how to think right now. Which way to go or whatever. Phone dead, everything. So
you still here, brother. You still got your life.
And let's go ahead and get you back alive. We'll go back to the images here. That home is a 2-family home.
Yep.
And I spoke with another gentleman who lives there, and he told me that he would normally be home asleep at the time because he works nights. Today was his first day of vacation. And at the moment, when the storm hit, he happened to go run an errand. He left the house to go run an errand, and as soon as he got back, that home was leveled. This is a story for so many people tonight who are working to get through this devastation and now come to terms with their very new reality.
80 degrees.
That is the latest from St. Louis. We're live tonight. Rick Solomon, 508.
Some really heartbreaking stories, and at least 3 people were trapped after the church collapsed. One of them died. This
Wow.
Centennial Christian Church near Fountain Park, St. Louis. We're still trying to learn more about who the victims are. And here's a lot.
So we lost someone.
Well, right now, emergency crews are the only vehicles being allowed. St. Louis Children's Hospital ER received at least 15 patients, at least one in critical condition. Barnes Jewish has received 20 to 30 patients, some in critical condition.
Damn.
And most are expected to be released today. The Kings Highway closure is causing a lot of traffic issues. Drivers are finding themselves stuck in traffic around the Central West End and in North St. Louis.
I bet they is.
That would normally take minutes is taking hours.
It's fucked
And
up,
our other
y'all.
big story since the storm. Mark Maxwell in studio. You just got back from the scene in North St. Louis where a man named Garfield was trapped for 3+ hours.
No one had a closer call than Garfield today. We saw a lot of destruction there, of course.
So this is God's work right here. This story right here is God's work. Now, you guys, this all happened yesterday. Today it's Saturday. This happened Friday. Oh, Friday around about what, 3, 4 o'clock? some shit like that. And the crazy thing is, you guys, it didn't even last long. It didn't even last. It didn't even last fucking 2 hours. It didn't last 2 hours, and all this happened probably less than 2 hours. Is 2 hours. This is how much this. I forget what they calling it. Some 16. Wasn't it came through that quick and fucked up some shit. I mean, man, Lord have mercy. I mean, if you guys was in here to read what my wife read when the last time EF4 touchdown in St. Louis, it's been a while. I think what 2011, some shit like that. And then the other one's in way back before I was fucking born when a tornado touchdown in St. Louis. So yeah, this is what happened yesterday.
But he was buried under 2 stories and tons
2
of bricks.
stories.
You see here the moment of elation and exuberance when his family starts to cheer. Several firefighters from St. Louis, from surrounding towns, even from Belleville, under all that rubble. Finally, they found the fastest way to him was from the top out. So they started lifting all that brick, iron, and rubble off of him. He's 45 years old. You see him there on the stretcher. We are showing you this video because we're told, the medic told his sister, they think he's in pretty decent shape. That was a preliminary checkup.
Wow.
They're taking him to the hospital now, but he was under there.
God is good.
Pantry, near his basement in the kitchen, doing what he's told to do.
Right.
You're going to see him give the camera a thumbs up here in a moment, perhaps. Maybe we won't, but we did see him give a thumbs up as he was going into the ambulance, heading to the hospital. His family sat and talked to us just after that. Let's check in and see if we can play some of that interview with his family.
We feel blessed because after the tornado,
And like my auntie, that's like my family. It's my family, dude.
with our mom's gone, her house is gone, and just being able to pull our brother out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were here. You're his sister.
Yeah.
And actually,
Amen.
I met you now, but I saw you over there waiting and watching. There were a lot of cheers at the end, but you didn't quite know if those cheers were going to come the whole time.
No, we weren't sure because he was so trapped deep underneath the rubble. He was up under 2 stories of house. So we didn't really know if he was going to be okay. And
He okay. God got him. He okay, sister.
And we're just relieved to know that he's alive.
Yes.
You know.
So are
Yes.
we. And really,
Yes, for
I
real.
don't know what you must have been thinking watching firefighters and police wave after wave try to go in at the bottom, then go in at the top. What's going through your mind as you see all that?
I don't really know what to feel right now. I'm happy that he's okay, but I'm also really sad because I've lived at his house since I was 5 months, and all my life, me and my cousins, we grew up here, and it's just all the memories and stuff that I can't make anymore here, but I guess everything does happen for a reason.
Just want you to know that there are so many of our viewers and people watching who have been really rooting for you guys all as a family, and that this community is going to wrap their arms around you guys and give some support. Rhea, do you have any idea or indication from the medics or from the first responders how your brother's doing right now?
So far, he's doing really good. He's on his way to the hospital now. So we'll be able to get some more information soon.
You guys have been real troopers, and I think that he had to really appreciate those cheers. I think you were the loudest maybe among those people cheering. I heard that. I think I could see out of the corner of his eye that he really wanted to kind of look over and see you guys too. So I look forward to you guys giving him a hug soon. And thanks for staying with us and dealing with all this. This has been kind of a crazy day. You guys
have.
I want everybody to know that even though you think that this might never happen to you, you never do know. We never thought that the house would ever fall down. It's been up since the 1800s, and you never know what could happen. So just always
be aware.
Always take everything serious, no matter.
Look at that house. Oh my God, y'all! Look at that house. That's a 2-family flat.
To be honest, we never listened to them. And like I told my mom when we showed up, she would have been in her bed. Her bed was right there.
Wow.
In her bed, she probably would not be alive right now.
Yes, you
So
would.
just know, take these sort of tornado sirens serious.
Yes.
It can hit anybody. It can happen to anybody.
I'm always looking at the sky.
You can feel them processing, Kelly, the grief,
Mm-hmm.
also the joy and relief from their family member being pulled out to safety. I can just tell you that if you get a chance to go out and help a neighbor this weekend, do it. These images that are just as striking on your screen, sometimes more so in person. When you see them, when you feel the energy of the community coming together, the firefighters, the volunteers, the family, these are the moments when your neighbors come around and really wrap you in their arms and help out. And I know they're feeling that now. It's just one of the last things that seem like that is we all are in this together.
Sorry, you guys.
And one other thing, and how they had to painstakingly, through hour by hour, try to get him. It's amazing the work that they did.
They did a good job.
Beauty and almost frustration. They really knew they had to get in there, but they couldn't. Some people were asking, well, how come it's taking so long? If they were to move the wrong brick or the wrong thing at the wrong time, they could sacrifice the other part caving in and doing more damage. At times, things were so touch and go for Garfield. He was actually verbally communicating, no, don't step there, I'm under there. All the weight crushing down. So this was really touch and go. They did a fantastic job.
Good job.
Sensitive spot, pulling him to safety.
All right.
We hope that he's in the process of making a full and healthy recovery.
And that's how we run here in St. Louis.
Reports. We were all on the edge of our seats for that.
For real.
A happy ending.
Good ending.
All right, let's check in with meteorologist Jim Castillo, because Jim, I know it's probably not going to be until tomorrow until the National Weather Service can determine if there were tornadoes, one or more.
Correct. Yes. And remember, we were at a level 4 out of 5 for being the severity of what we were expecting, from the hail to the potential of tornadoes. So, and again, a beautiful day today with lots of sunshine, and it got up to 87. And then we had all the ingredients to come together, and from 2 to 3 o'clock.
Told you 2 to 3 o'clock. That's when it happened.
1 hour here, and it goes from Chesterfield through Clayton.
So 2 to 3 of yesterday is when this happened. When this came to St. Louis, you guys. So my area that I lived in, I didn't see no hail damage. I didn't hear no sirens. We got rain. We got like a downpour, and fuck. I think it was probably no more than 5, 10 minutes, 15 at the most. And it was gone. Fucking back sunny. But look at how much damage it done. And guess that. See, some parts got hit harder than other parts. So take heed to that alarm. When that alarm go off, and I look at the news because I do what I do. But this is some freaky shit, you guys. And then look, it didn't take 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 hours to do this much fucking damage.
To the Central West End, and I want to stop it at about 2:46 p.m.
Family live in Central West End.
That hook right there.
I was in Central West End.
There's University City.
So yesterday I was in Central West End. I was in Central West End after this came through. I was in Central West End after this came through. This came through before I went to Central West End. Actually, I went to Florissant and then went to Central West End. So all this stuff happened after I got back home. Before I left home. Yeah, this shit happened before I left home to go pick up my girls. Yep, it's crazy, man.
And there's Pine Lawn, so this entire area, the Central West End, there's BJC. So again, this BJC is where we're likely to have seen a tornado, and the Weather Service will be out tomorrow with the survey teams. It might have started all the way back into Chesterfield, and then through Clayton, and then all the way into Granite City, as many friends there say that there's also a lot of damage still in that area. The great news is we are not seeing any more storms for the rest of the night, but boy, it is very stormy. Look at all that lightning and severe weather to our south and east tonight.
Look at that.
I'm going to show you the storm.
Look at that, y'all.
And again, between about 2:46 p.m., 2:41, I think is
when that came through.
5-second clip.
Wow.
Wind Forest Park. This is Forest Park. And then watch right here. So see what we call a power flash. And that is either a tornado or even these strong winds taking down power lines.
Wow.
This flash going on, and we'll just keep on watching it here.
Look at that. I seen it over there.
Power flash right there.
Yeah.
So again, that storm rolled.
It was rolling.
A lot of lightning.
Told you guys it was going fast.
Power outages continue. I'll end with this. St. Louis County, 42,000 still without power. The city, over 40,000 without power. Madison County, Illinois, 16.6, about 16,000 plus without power. Jeffco, 11,000 plus without power. And Macoupin County, Illinois, about 2,000, 3,000 without power. Yeah, it was a wild.
A lot of power outage here, you guys.
We are awaiting a news conference from city officials that should happen any moment, and once they start, we will definitely break in. Well, earlier, Justina Cornell was in the Central West End where major damage is left behind.
Justina Cornell.
Look at this fucking tree.
Right now I'm on Maryland Avenue, showing you some of the damage we're seeing from today's storm. This is just one of the many trees uprooted from the ground, taking the cement sidewalk with it, falling onto the property here. And let's get moving over here to show you just one of the many cars destroyed by trees. Actually, a tow truck driver is setting up right now to remove the car out of the way here. And as many people are dealing and assessing the damage and whatnot, city leaders are asking people to stay off the roads if you can, as there's so much down power lines. We're seeing a lot of glass on the ground, so we want to make sure you're safe and be safe off the roads tonight.
High winds caused serious damage to an apartment building in St. Louis.
Look at that shit.
Look at some of the damage at the Delmar Loop apartment.
Delmar Loop.
Oliver and Delmar. You can see serious damage to the exterior of the building, and even windows were busted out. And the Devolver Place neighborhood sustained serious damage when high winds moved in. Look at this video of the wind that came in. This was taken at the Hudson apartment building. The outside of that complex was hit hard, as you can see. And just a couple of blocks over, streets off Pershing saw widespread damage. Take a look at these photos from an apartment on Clara Avenue. That's right off Pershing. And people who live there say the roof caved in.
Look at that shit, you guys.
5 on your side, Robert Townsend with a look at damage to the historic Harlem Tap Louis.
Here in North St. Louis, everybody is talking about the damage here. What used to be the Harlem Tap Room. This bar has been in this neighborhood for more than 60 years. Just after 2:30 this afternoon, long winds blew through this area. One guy said, quote, it was clearly a tornado. He says the owner's brother was looking out the window at the time and he saw the tail of the funnel cloud whipping through this area.
Shit, that motherfucker about to fall in anyway. That building's so goddamn old.
That came tumbling down. People are saying the whole area.
Look at that. That was a whole nother building next door to that building. Look at the fucking car, you guys. Look at that car. We could take and rebuild homes with them bricks. Let's take all them bricks and take and rebuild them build somebody a home who really need it with kids.
All the way to the back of night.
Listen to my brother.
In the door, but it went back out.
You were sitting up front, and
we was out. Most of us was sitting up front, and on the brother Fig, he told us when he came in, he said he's seen the tornado forming. Everybody go to the back, so we all went to the back, and as soon as we got back there, it hit it. And it came up in there and went back out, but it tore all that. You see what happened?
Wow.
At first the lights started flickering. Then second time everything went out. And the third time, that's when the tornado came in.
You okay?
Wow.
Yeah, physically everybody okay, but
mentally, that's scary motherfucker.
That was real scary.
I bet it was, brother. He's sitting on a traffic light.
Never, I ain't never seen nothing like that.
See, a lot of us ain't.
I never witnessed it.
Wow.
In my life, and I'm 63 years old.
Wow.
How did you survive that?
I'm real thankful.
Blessed.
Very thankful. I'm thankful that the guy told us to move to the back. We wouldn't. I was sitting right there where the stuff came down.
Wow.
I was sitting right there.
God is good.
Before I get out of here, I want to show you all that too. Look at all
God is good, man. God bless you, brother.
bricks also came crashing.
Reason, baby.
But again, the good news,
Yes. Look
everybody
at
was
this.
so thankful that nobody was physically.
This should be a change for the West Side now.
I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
For real.
Thank you, Robert. Annie Kroll just got back from North St. Louis, where there was damage.
See, so we in North, so it went all the way to North St. Louis too.
It was this hard transportation area on Lee Avenue. It was backed up completely. There was traffic. Unfortunately, people decided to drive
everywhere.
not far from
It didn't hit South County, West County. It didn't hit them counties.
Intersection just because there was so much traffic in downtown. So I spent most of the afternoon on Lee Avenue near Athlon Avenue. The line of trees down across the area of North City had many of the one-ways blocked, so it was nearly impossible to
that's
get around.
all the side that needs a facelift.
Power lines we saw getting caught in people's tires because they kept driving under or even on top of them.
Because they stupid.
You do not do.
Right.
Of transportation, though, a Metro spokesperson told us there was a Metro bus on Lee.
See how crazy some of us is here in the STL. You heard what she just said. Motherfuckers see shit, they still try to drive on like they got Tonka trucks and shit. You know what I'm saying? But God do things for a reason. This should be a sign to the governor of these counties. And we just had a new governor that just came into the office of St. Louis. I don't know if she's the governor of these counties or certain parts of these counties, but this should be like a kind of like a bell going off, because I'm gonna tell you guys, these parts of St. Louis they are talking about, I lived in these parts. I lived all over these parts, and half of these parts are fucking ran down. No fucking capping. I'm just gonna keep it honest and real. This is a wake-up call. So I'm just blessed and thanked that it wasn't major fatalities, and we lost a lot of people. So we stay prayed up. Believe it. Don't you take it where you want to. We do stay prayed up. When our people get in this type of trouble, do this type of trouble in the STL, we stay prayed up, and we lend a hand back to them, for real, But this should be a wake up, Governor. Now you can rebuild the North Side. You can rebuild the West Side. Page. Oh my God. You can rebuild so much up and down Page. But I'm just talking to you guys. I mean, but these are the parts that I done lived in, and I know how the living is in these parts of the state. You got vacant house, vacant 2-family flats, vacant 4-family flats and shit. Y'all know if y'all from different states, and y'all know y'all got vacant ass apartment buildings. It's no difference. We got them here too. Shit. So this is like a rebound. This is our time to shine. Put some money back into these. Into these to the West Side and to the North Side, to generate money, to bring homes that was around these homes, was bringing down the volume of these people homes who do own their homes, and it was trying to keep their homes up on the West Side and the North Side and all that shit. Now this can be the facelift of St. Louis, of the North Side, the West Side. I don't know how much it did in Pine Line and Jenny's. I haven't heard nothing happening in Jenny's. And, I have family live over there. I have family live everywhere, basically. Sorry for all the talking, you guys.
Got damaged. 8 people on it, including Lakeisha Robinson, who we spoke with, who actually got cut up by the broken glass from the window of the bus. Thankfully, she said she was mostly okay, so didn't need to go to the hospital, but lives nearby and was terrified when the back of the bus got picked up by the wind.
Damn.
That was my shield. If you just playing God,
wow.
God shielded us right along with the bus. There's nobody out that bus. Up there somewhere. The way they're
wow.
Tree out the ground. I'm a $1.25. So do wait. What you think it would have did?
The tornado. Saw the trees, the explosion,
wow.
Lines, everything. The trees blowing through the houses. It's a mess.
Wow.
And Cedric Lacey, who I was able to speak with, he's lived in that area for close to 55 years, said he's never seen anything like this at all.
Yeah, me either. I've been here 53, going on 53 years, and I ain't ever seen no shit like that happen here at STL. What the fuck? Where they do that at? You hear me? Where they do that at?
Just to try and move their car that had windows blown out of it. So just a lot to do, Kelly, over the course the next couple of hours as they start to there.
Yes, and that's the thing. You know, it did happen during the day, so people were able to get a good assessment, especially as you were talking about, because I did notice in your live shots that there were power lines on the street.
That's what was so frustrating for us is as we would move around the live shots, we wanted to stay out of the way. We wanted to be around a power line. And one of the cars that I was speaking about, when the line got caught underneath the wheel, you saw the power line start to shake a little bit. So you got very nervous about where that was going to end up and if there wasn't more damage. So that was very much one of the challenging parts of all this is where was the safe place to go because there was just so much widespread damage.
Did you know more trees or just equally amount of trees damaged? And also homes.
Oh, Kelly, it looked like a jungle gym out there. You saw every single tree down along Lee Avenue, and then you would go a little bit farther down, and it looked like someone was playing a knitting game with a bunch of power lines, and just the amount of wind and speed. And of course, we're going to hear from the National Weather Service a little bit later. If there was a tornado, what kind of tornado we're going to see, that's going to come in the next couple days.
Yeah, they're going to be out there.
But it was, as Mark just said, it was very much jarring to see in person.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, and the power is out at most of the homes in North City, and the cleanup is going to be unbelievable. So,
wow.
We are awaiting a news conference from city leaders. Homer Kowicki is there, so we're just standing by to get a better idea. Of how much damage was done throughout the city. We want to take you to Clayton, where heavy damage was visible.
Ooh.
Clayton
Money. What money at, you guys? Clayton. Okay. So Clayton, you guys, for those who don't know, Clayton is, I would say a Richie Rich, got money, get money, pretty much area. I was just trying to see how many people in here. Thank you to the person who's watching, you know. But this is what's went down in my state yesterday before after 3 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But Clayton is a rich part of St. Louis. That's one of them kind of areas where you got money, you're a doctor, lawyer, this is like almost past the middle class. It's pretty much you got good money, I mean old money, new money in these neighborhoods. Look at that fire department vehicle, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is damn, I didn't know it went all the way to Clayton.
Were sent to the area after uprooted trees caused multiple gas leaks. Mike Jarvis and Susan Ray, for our crew, they were celebrating their 38th anniversary when they had to rush to the basement as the storm hit, and they didn't even know what to expect once they got out.
No one was hurt. That was my immediate reaction. Is that it
was in an apocalyptic scene? That may have been your reaction.
Yeah.
Try to look at her.
Because we were in the basement, and then we came out, and all his family is visiting from out of town.
Oh.
They can't get out.
Richie's.
And a reminder, we are tracking stories.
That's money.
All around.
That was money talking.
And 4 people.
Thank God they all right.
From these storms, dozens taken to the hospital, and at least 3 people trapped after a church collapse. One of them died. This is at Centennial Christian Church.
Well, it goes out to the family.
We are still trying to learn more about the victims, but once we do, we will definitely pass that on to you. Let's get more from meteorologist Jim Castillo. We were talking about this. We touched upon this a little earlier, but it has been quite a while since St. Louis has had a tornado.
Yes, it has.
And so
see, he's finna say
2013, I
it's
believe.
been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I thought it was 2011.
Major one since the 1950s.
Right, and this is going to turn out major, and I'm sure we're going to likely for the Weather Service tomorrow morning, see that there's damage from a tornado, whether that be an EF1 or as high as maybe an EF3.
Wow.
Scotty was talking maybe no more than an EF2. But again, that could go from around the Chesterfield area to Clayton to the Central West End, to North City, and maybe even the Granite City. We'll see where that path took it.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've been talking about this for days.
Told you guys to up some shit.
You know, we started out the day, it was beautiful, it was sunny.
It sure was.
Hard to kind of wrap your brain
I was
around
working
how
and
quickly it can change.
Sure, not a cloud in the sky. I was driving.
Not a cloud.
Said, why is it? Even in my head, I thought a little bit later it's going to happen so fast, and it did. So quickly.
It happened quick.
Explodes across the area when all the ingredients come together.
Wow.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, we are still awaiting word from our city leaders too. You can see the podium is empty.
All right, so the podium's empty. They ain't in there yet. So, like he said, it came so quick, you guys. Dude, it's like it was sunny. It was feeling good. Like today, it was like breezy and sunny and so beautiful and stuff. Man, you know, some of us, you guys, we gonna say, man, news people don't know what they saying. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't shit gonna fucking happen. Shit. I don't know. Sky started turning gray. I don't know. It started raining. I don't know. In the house. Plain and simple. Dude, Jesus, thank you, Lord. We getting lucky. We are getting lucky. And I'm thanking Jesus every day. Because I can only understand. I wouldn't be able to understand. I would know how to survive. I would just have to start over, getting a job, whatever. Whoop. You know, some people just don't know how to, take this type of shit. I'd be freaking the fuck out too, being in this type of shit. That's crazy, dude. I ain't never seen no tornado in St. Louis.
I know they have a lot of information that they have to gather because there was just so much widespread damage and loss of life. So, once we do see them, then we will carry the news conference.
Yeah, and many of us were affected. Even where I live in the Central West End, power was out. I think it just went back on. So I feel for the people that are still without power. Your stuff in your fridge begins to spoil.
Right.
And I have dogs at home, and you're worried about them, and what did they feel like when they heard the noises and the storms rolling in. So I can't wait to get home and check up on neighbors and friends.
Yeah, and in St. Louis City, when you have a storm, I'm not going to say tornado yet, but when you have a storm like this, and we touched upon this, where the man who was rescued from his home, there are a lot of brick homes in St. Louis.
Right.
And old trees.
Right. Old brick homes.
And so to see those trees.
Get that right.
Beautiful.
So uprooted. Was
beautiful trees.
Old 100-year-old plus trees. Right. Even Forest Park, the damage through there.
I want to see the park.
That was the path of the tornado for sure.
Wow.
Yeah. And
that's by my family.
Some of the other neighborhoods in North City that really got hit. And
North City. Where is North City?
In the county too.
Sure. Yeah, even it might have started in Chesterfield and then the Clayton area.
Clayton, Chesterfield. Rich areas. The two rich areas. Chesterfield and Clayton.
There's a lot to do tomorrow morning.
I think hey, Sheila, our producer Sheila, Megan Kernan had a story too that we can possibly talk about too. I know we're still awaiting city officials, but we just had reporters everywhere, and it's just
serious, you guys.
Probably overwhelming for emergency crews also.
Yeah.
All of this cleanup, it's just because it is so widespread.
Well, even getting home tonight, we're worried, aren't we, about how hard is that going to be to get back home, and what roads still have trees covering them,
Yeah.
Lots.
Okay, you guys. So, with that being said, all right. So,
April 27th, 2011. Sirens.
So, with that being said, you guys, that's what went down last night. That's what went down Friday night into Saturday. What's up, brother? What's up, you guys? What's up? Hey, they get sitting up here chilling, man. We chilling. We chilling, dude. We just being thankful, praying for people who got caught in this, man. It's crazy, man. Then on top of it, I'm trying to go get the girls, spend time with the girls, and do things with them. Man, I messed up my face real bad. That's okay. Got hit with a rock. Pow! We eat. This is what we do to you guys. Pow. This is why you always got to wear protection, dude. But man, that's crazy. I had to call and check on my mom because I had just got through picking up my daughter and my niece after all this shit happened. That's the crazy thing, you guys. I didn't even know all this happened yesterday after 2 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I didn't go and pick up my niece until like 4 o'clock or some shit like that. No, it was actually after 5, because I wasn't driving my truck to put my little girl in the shit. So me and the wife went down there and picked the girls up, and we went to pick my daughter and my niece up, and then we swung by and we dropped my Mother's Day and her birthday gift out because I had to go to Zell's and get her a ring with her expensive butt, but that's mama. So I always got to take care of mom. But anyway, you guys, man, that's what happened Friday night here in the STL in certain parts, man. And I told you guys I'm gonna bring you videos of what kind of goes down here in the STL. Now I don't know, I ain't gonna bring you no videos of people getting killed and robbed and all that shit. But crazy shit like this, man. I could have been in that tornado. My family could have been in that tornado. So you always got to give thanks to God. That it never happened to anyone, but it's gonna happen. You gotta stay prayed up over them people. Even me, if I was or my family was in the middle of that. And actually it's like my family was in the middle of this shit, tornado shit. My mom, my sister, my brother-in-law, shit, probably my niece. They was all in that. I wasn't where I live. I didn't know tornado touch my area. I think it touched a part on the outskirts of my area, but it mostly, y'all see where it mostly touched that, man. It's shit serious. And the crazy thing is that Page, I used to live up and down Page. I used to drive that strip all the time, dude. And it's nothing but old 2-family flat homes, and like they say, brick. As I say, it's brick. All them homes, like even at church, all that stuff is old. That shit older than me. You know what I'm saying? And like in certain parts of them, like when they say Clayton and all that, them are nice areas. Them people keep them buildings up and houses up and all that. But when they start saying north side and west side, see, in Central West End is pretty good too. That's a pretty nice area too. On top of it's not as it is because it's by the hospital. So you got the old houses over there too, but them are homes that they keep up on their property, they bricks and all that type of shit. But like when you go further north and then west and all that shit, you get into the old ran down parts of the neighborhood where it's just buildings that's boarded up, that's been boarded up for a long time. Like the dude said he was sitting in a bar. I didn't even know it was still a bar. I didn't even know that was still a bar because the buildings are so fucking old. You know what I'm saying? So what they need to do now is all these buildings and houses that blew down and fell over and all that, take and clean all them bricks up, stack them up on pallets, making money back off, flatten that area out, make it a thing for the community where they can grow vegetables or flowers and stuff where they can sell the flowers to back to the community for people to put in their homes. I always be thinking of these kind of ideas to try to help my community, but I don't know which way to go. I mean, who to talk to put that kind of shit in motion, because that west side really needs to be cleaned up. That north side needs to be cleaned up too, for sure. Them two sides, Pylon, all that. Them areas, south side. I think not so much of a good areas that can get a facelift, new homes. We need to do better with our schools for our kids. We got all these schools here in the STL, you guys, and they're fucking closed down or boarded up. We got schools that I used to go to, it's boarded up right now. It's still standing right now. It's boarded up, windows busted out, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, make it make sense. People ain't doing what they supposed to be doing, putting the money in the right place to help people, to help the community, to help our kids out, for real, man. I mean, I can sit up here and think of all kind of ideas and shit. Who gonna jump on board with me coming up with these ideas? You ain't gonna be able to. If you ain't gonna use the school, you guys, why not tear it down and take the bricks and resell them? I mean, we built a brand new school for our black kids, our brothers and sisters. I could say our black kids because I have a biracial daughter. I have my son is black. I have another biracial son. So what? I'm a black man. I want more for my little younger generations of my little brothers and sisters. I got grandkids too. So it's like, I mean, let's show them that St. Louis is better, more than they think the St. Louis is. See, because they think of us as a crime rate city that murders go down. It goes down anywhere and every fucking where. It's anywhere you is. I just want to better my fucking state, where I'm from, where I'm born and raised, and all the above. I know we can do better. You just got to have the right people who ain't gonna be greedy, who's gonna do the right thing. You just got to do better. We just got to do better as people. Some of us just don't give a fuck about some of us because they think too much about themselves. I'm just being honest, man. But anyway, you guys, told you never know when I'm gonna come on here with a video, of what's going on or what I'm doing or what I'm about. Boy, I got fucked up with that rock the other day. I'll be all right though. It's just crazy, dude. And two of them places that got hit yesterday. I went through them places yesterday after this shit happened. See, some of y'all might be a day ahead, some of y'all might be a day behind. In my time right now, here in the STL, it's Saturday night. Friday was yesterday. And this shit happened yesterday. I just want to send my prayers and God watch over us and just want us to just keep believing in wherever we believing in. And it can only get better before it get worse. It is what we make it, for real. But with that saying, you guys, y'all have a rest of y'all weekend must be great, beautiful, safe. Keep your head on a swivel because you never know when a tornado might be hitting at your back door. For real. How close that was to my house. Not too close, but close enough. Could have fucked us up too. So we just been thankful that AJ's here to tell you that yes, a tornado touched down here in the STL yesterday, and hope everybody is well. And we're gonna send our condolences and our prayers out to those who lost their life in the tornado in here in the STL of yesterday, which was Friday, and today is Saturday. And until then, I hope everybody do what you know what to do best. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you, and never bite the hand that feeds you. Until then, shout out to Cujo, my family, my second family, lawn care family. You know, I hope my lawn care people here in the STL okay. And so then, this is AJ, and we'll see you at the next video. Peace. We out of here.